want to go out to Atlanta, getting an update on a major meth bust that happened earlier. Let's play out the update from Fox 5 Atlanta, and then we'll play out the full news conference for you right here on Live Now.
Methamphetamine has destroyed families, it's ruined lives, people have overdosed and die, and it happens every day.
A major victory is nearly 1,600 pounds of meth taken off North Georgia streets. Officials say Mexican cartels are to blame. The discovery and arrest took place November 20th, one in Fulton County, the other in southeast Atlanta, as the drugs were hidden in pallets of blackberries on the back of trucks worth tens of millions of dollars.
GBI and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office arrested two men who, as of earlier this week, are now facing federal drug trafficking charges. Gerardo Solorio-Alvarado and Nelsonen Enrique Sorto have been charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, and Solorio-Alvarado has also been charged with conspiring to commit that crime.
A third truck was found empty, but the driver of that truck was taken into custody and is set to be deported.
Those trafficking narcotics into our communities, we utilize anything. So we've seen all kinds of produce, but we've seen just about anything you can think of, from building materials to compartments in vehicles.
I've been with Fulton County 39 years, largest seizure we have ever had.
This investigation and indictment and future prosecution serves a clear message that drug trafficking has no place in our communities anywhere in the state of Georgia.
A collaborative effort by federal, state, and local agencies, all working together to keep you safe.
Stop and realize that for a moment. This did not make it, but what if it had? That's a hero moment, as I refer to it, a moment to praise our men and women in law enforcement.
Yeah, think about that. 1,600 pounds of meth there seized. And here on Live Now from Fox, we go beyond the sound bites. Now we want to show you the full news conference out of Atlanta from earlier today.
Georgia. 2 weeks ago, I stood at this same podium to announce the establishment of Georgia's Homeland Security Task Force, or HSTF. Today, I am pleased to announce some of the most recent federal charges that have been brought as a result of an ongoing HSTF investigation, in which federal, state, and local law enforcement partners are all participating hand in hand with an extraordinary degree of cooperation. That cooperation is demonstrated by the presence of FBI Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown, GBI Director Chris Hosey, and Fulton County Chief Deputy Sheriff Kevin Head, who are with me today and who will each talk about the roles that their agencies played in this investigation. The results of the cooperation are demonstrated by what you see on both sides of me here. Approximately 1,600 pounds of deadly Mexican cartel trafficked methamphetamine, which remains a significant scourge in our community. In addition to seizing these drugs, which are worth tens of millions of dollars, GBI and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office arrested two men who, as of earlier this week, are now facing federal drug trafficking charges. Gerardo Solorio-Alvarado and Nelsonen Enrique Sorto have been charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, and Solorio-Alvarado has also been charged with conspiring to commit that crime. Both men are convicted felons. Solorio-Alvarado was convicted in federal court for drug trafficking and possessing a firearm in furtherance of drug trafficking, and he served nearly 2 decades in federal prison for those offenses. He was then, and he remains, an illegal alien unlawfully present in the United States. Sorto was previously convicted of methamphetamine possession in state court, and he was on probation at the time of the offense alleged in this case. Both men are currently in state custody, but custody will be transferred to the United States Marshal Service. Thereafter, each of the defendants will appear in federal court before a federal magistrate judge, and my office will move for both of them to be held without bail until their cases have been resolved. Both men face possible life imprisonment without parole. Solorio-Alvarado faces at least 15 years of imprisonment because of his criminal history, and Sorto faces at least 10 years of imprisonment. Director Hosey and Chief Head will give the details regarding the operations that led to the seizure of the more than 700 kilograms, or about 1,580 pounds of the drugs that are displayed here. But I think it's important to note that we've seen the cartels operate this way before. Just in North Georgia, and just within the last few months, we have seen massive methamphetamine seizures of drugs that were smuggled in with cucumbers or with celery or with jalapeno peppers, and now, as you'll hear, blackberries. I want to acknowledge the outstanding crime fighters who are responsible for these seizures, particularly the men and women of the GBI in the Appalachian and the West Metro Regional Drug Enforcement Offices. I got to tell you, Will Trent can't hold a candle to the real thing. These guys were in the streets with the Hall County Sheriff's Office deputies just days before Thanksgiving to seize these drugs and arrest these defendants. I also want to acknowledge Hall County District Attorney Lee Dara for his cooperation and his partnership. One of the great things about being U.S. Attorney here in North Georgia is that we get to work with folks who have no ego, who are dedicated to the mission, who will work together because we all understand that by working together, we can achieve results like this. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Special Agent in Charge, Paul Brown.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Brown, the Special Agent in Charge of the FBI Atlanta Division, and thank you for being here with us today. We are here to announce a significant disruption of drug trafficking to North Georgia. As the U.S. Attorney said just 2 weeks ago, we were here announcing the establishment of the Homeland Security Task Force and some of the significant successes disrupting those trafficking drugs, guns, and significant seizures of cash. Now I'm here and very pleased to tell you about the seizure of over 719 kilograms of methamphetamine. On November 20th, FBI special agents were following leads from an ongoing investigation and zeroed in on a group of box trucks. Those box trucks were carrying shipments of blackberries. Hall County Sheriff deputies and Georgia Bureau of Investigation agents executed search warrants on those trucks that night. In Hall County, authorities seized 300 kilograms of methamphetamine hidden inside that truck, hidden inside pallets of blackberries, and you can see the results are on my right. In Atlanta, the second truck contained 419 kilograms of methamphetamine, and those results are on my left. A third truck was located the next day, but it had already been emptied. However, the driver of that truck is a Mexican national with no legal status here in the United States. He has since been taken into custody and handed over to ICE for removal. We're actively following leads on this investigation. Although this was a significant disruption to drug trafficking here in Georgia, we're not satisfied with this alone. We will follow all leads to ensure everyone involved is held accountable, and will not rest until those that bring violence and drugs into our communities are held accountable and eradicated. While it may be unsettling to hear about drugs being secreted inside produce shipments, we are confident in this instance that no produce was contaminated. And lastly, I want to thank our federal, state, and local partners. They are essential to our success, and you can expect many more of these announcements to come in the future.